tolerance and open-mindedness.
That's what we're talking about, but first let's hit it. Hi, this is Al Pinder and Victoria Pinder. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our channel, please subscribe in our channel and podcast and give us a call.
Honestly, we get calls and texts all the time from people who are wanting to be more in their real estate all the time. So this is what we're happy to talk to you about. So now with that, let's start talking about our video.
Yeah, basically, we wanted to talk about the tolerance and to be open-minded, because many of us in the daily life, we are afraid of the new ideas, no?
Right, and those who are afraid of new ideas are doomed before they even start their new idea. And this is what we kind of wanted to talk about, because it's both an outer thing and an internal thing. So how we act to the outside world can be super tolerant and super open-minded, because we're like, hey, be nice to everybody. But on the inside, you are super hard on yourself. And that is really kind of the discussion we're going to quickly have. But first, let's talk about Think and Grow Rich, where we're getting some of this stuff from. And I want to read you just a little bit, if that's okay.
Yes.
And just to give us some consciousness on why this matters and why we want to grow rich. Again, Rag to Riches real estate here, right? So, in planning to acquire your share of riches, let no one influence you to scorn the dreamer. To win big stakes in the changed world, you must catch the spirit of those great pioneers of the past, those whose dreams have given civilization all that it has of value now. That spirit serves as our lifeblood in our own country for opportunities, yours and mine, to develop and market our talents. Success requires no apologies. Failure permits no alibis.
This is the most important part of it.
So let's talk a little bit more about that, because on the outside, yes, we are trying to be super tolerant all the time to other people and other ideas, but you know what, they kind of just pass us through because we're only talking about them. How do you want to bring it to your internal?
Yes. That's what we wanted to talk about, how you bring it in an internal. That's what we wanted to give the plan.
Yes. Just a couple steps, yeah.
Therefore, the first step that is super important, because more than half of a success is the mindset. Therefore, you can have a diary according to the Louisa Hay, because I love Louisa Hay and I'm always fan of her. And even she passed away. Basically, what we wanted to do in the daily practice is writing down everything, really everything that we believe about our work and failure and success.
And this comes from every second of every day of what happens to us in our lives. And have a list with successes and failures, and you will be surprised if you do this a few times, what you are seeing about your own negative pattern and how tolerant you are to your own self. Because this is where it is. Because tolerance is allowing yourself to be a dreamer and to be not afraid of coming up with new ideas. You don't want to stop yourself. The only person that's really going to stop you from your success is you. So therefore, you want to kind of get out of your own way and be tolerant and open-minded within your own self, to your own inner child. How would you speak to yourself as a child? On the inside of you is how we should be talking to us now. Not screaming, oh, I'm a failure and I do all of these things. And I have a lot of negative self-talk, and I have to work on it all the time. So that is what this is about. Real quick, what else?
Which my wife actually jumped to the second point, basically looking at all your negativity and see those negativity how prevent you from the flow. That's what we were talking about, prosperity in those areas of your life.
Right, so this is kind of internal and external. Now, why we went to EXP, one of the things is when we wanted to make sure that we understood what we needed to do.
Yes.
And if we have a mistake, we need someone to be tolerant and open with us, so we need a support. And what is great about our company is the
real-time support that you can basically jump based on the technology you have anytime in EXP World and get online and real-time support.
Right, so I don't have to worry about the external tolerance because I'm going to try to fix myself before it happens. So really it's just about the internal and trying to make sure that I am always trying to be nicer to myself. And I hope you are too.
And see you in the next podcast and video for you guys.